Hey guys, Yankee Jeff with It's Not Your Fault. I do appreciate you guys stopping by and checking out my channel. I'm going to have some information tonight about keeping and setting boundaries. Very important you guys keep and set boundaries, and I'll give you guys some tips on how to do that. Like and subscribe if you could, please. This content is only going to be pushed out to more people so that the information gets out to more people and helps more people if more people like and subscribe. Subscribing is easy. It costs you absolutely nothing. Point, click, done. There you go. You may have saved someone's life. I'm not being that's not hyperbole either. That's possible. So let's talk a little about boundaries. Setting boundaries, keeping boundaries. When you set boundaries, it's very important you set, first of all, step one, realistic boundaries. That's the most important thing. Step two, besides being realistic, they have to be not just realistic, but also attainable. So it's not something that's easy to do, something you're willing to do as well, okay? And third, be respectful of other people's boundaries as well. So let's go with step one. When you set a boundary, make sure it's realistic, okay? You can't tell your loved one that unless they are in rehab or recovery for 10 years, you never want to talk to them again. You could tell them that. It's not realistic. So let's get more realistic our boundaries. Now, the thing about boundaries is they're not just there to keep loved one from affecting your life. It's not just for keeping people out, but also it's there to keep you on your side of the fence. So you don't try and interfere so much with their life trying to fix all their stuff. Does that make sense? Of course it does. I'm an incredibly wisdomful person. So realistic boundaries, attainable. Are you willing to do that? So just because a boundary may be something that's possible, are you willing to go forward with it and actually enforce it? Okay, it's one thing to set a boundary. It's another thing to keep a boundary or enforce a boundary. All right. As soon as one of you, either you, your wife, sister, brother, whatever, partner, as soon as they give, that fence becomes kind of bent. All right, and it becomes distorted and becomes weaker. Okay, the fence has to stay strong. All right, but if you give a little bit, addiction's going to take a mile. Okay, so as soon as addiction sees a crack in the fence, sees a crack in your defenses, it's going to exploit it. Okay, so you've got to make sure that these goals that you set, these boundaries you set, are attainable. Right. So that being said, if you're in a relationship with somebody, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, sister, brother, they all have to be on the same page. Everyone has to all be reading out the same hymn book, steering their ships in the same direction. Otherwise, you're going to go off course. Attainable goals, attainable boundaries. Setting a boundary is one thing. Making sure it's attainable is another thing. If you set a boundary that's attainable and realistic, and therefore it's going to be beneficial to both you and your loved one who's fighting addiction. You have to, again, this is your life. You set your boundaries, keep your boundaries, hold your ground. Just hold your ground as long as they're attainable goals, as long as they're attainable boundaries. If they're attainable, which means, again, it's something that if you put your mind to it, you could do it. Not unrealistic. If it's realistic and you can put your mind to it, it's attainable, then do it. Lastly, the last thing, of course, I wanted to mention was boundaries aren't just for, like I said, your side of the fence. Your loved one may indeed set boundaries for you as well. Think about that. And it happens. It happens a lot. I just recently had a friend of mine whose loved one reached out to them about them entering recovery, and immediately this person wanted to go ahead and get back involved and try and take command of the ship again. And I told them they have their boundaries. Let them set their goals. Let them set their boundaries. Let them set their direction, because this is something that they have to have. They have to have some sort of sense of control of their life. So if they tell you, Mom, Dad, I'll reach out to you when I feel more comfortable talking to you. I'm doing okay. I entered recovery. I'm whatever. Don't reach out to me. I'll reach out to you. I'll get in touch with you. Please respect that boundary. You got to do it, guys. You got to do it. You can't ask them to respect your boundaries and then not respect theirs. Works both ways. Talk to the mirror, because that's about as good as that's going to do for you. You don't want to put stipulations on someone's recovery because they owe you something. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. It's about their recovery, your serenity. Set a boundary, make sure it's attainable, realistic. Respect your loved one's boundaries as well. Okay, don't force yourself back into their life because you feel like the only person who can save them is you. How's that gotten you so far? Not so much. All right, guys, quick video tonight. I'm going to kind of let you know that's where I'm coming from. I might be out for a little while. I'm going to be away from the videos for a couple weeks, I think. I'm having some medical issues taken care of. Nothing too serious. I wanted to get some content out to you guys so you didn't think I forgot about you, okay? So like and subscribe, leave a comment if you would, please. By all means, keep coming back. This does work if you work it. And it has to begin with somebody. So I might as well begin with who? You, right? Say a prayer for the prayerless. God bless you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Keep coming back. It does work. Trust me.